So my first ever experience with Filipinos, gawa sa Filipinas in Hong Kong, magtrabaho a lot. So imagine this, I work this hardcore, wake up at 4 in the morning job, taking students around Hong Kong into the outdoors. I work all day till about 9 p.m. looking after them. And I was working with 15 Filipinos. I always look at them and be like, grabe man. They're always like, chbo, klipay, kwade, kaya na, woo! And then on the weekends, they're always patak, let's eat together, tagay, woo! Like they're really, really cool, you know? So I was working with these guys, like, man, I'd been all over Southeast Asia, but I'd never been to the Philippines. Like, I want to get to know them more. So I started hanging out with them in Hong Kong. And then I got interested in the Philippines. They started mentioning, man, you should come visit, So, and I'll never forget walking out. There's actually these two guys with cardboard boxes. You see in this photo here, I have like a cardboard box, right? When I first walk out of the airport, I look over and like, I think they're beggars, you know, because I've been around traveling. So there's just people in cardboard boxes. Sometimes I think, you know, you stereotype maybe they're begging. So I look at them and no money. And then I walk past. And then they follow me. And what the heck? And I look back, I'm like, no. And then I see they're actually wearing, welcome Kyle, mabuhay, we love you Kyle. They're my friends. My Filipino buddies set me up. And I walked in the morning, it was just a happiness overload. But what happened is, for that month in January, I spent 3 weeks in the Philippines. And the first week was actually here in Cebu. This is taken at the airport. And then we ended up traveling around Cebu for a week, in Cagayan de Oro and Mindanao for a week, a little bit over to Davao and then up to Quezon City. And what happened, this is Sinulog, what happened is, over that 3 weeks, I became very, very overwhelmed. Now, I'd been to a lot of places. Like, the world is beautiful, and of course, if you have a chance to see the world, please do so, yes. But I'd never experienced a place, you know, where people just aren't afraid to throw happiness at you. It was like when I'm going around with my friends, if we smile and wave and like, hey, how's it going? People are like, yo, how's it going, man, up here, what's up? You know, it's really throwing it back at us. I remember, you know, waking up in the morning, and there's already like food cooked there from people I don't even know, and people welcoming me. It was very, as you know, Filipino hospitality is a big overload of hospitality, but it was also a big overload of happiness. And it just kind of, don't get me wrong, there's beautiful places everywhere you go in the world and a lot of friendly, amazing people, but it's just the way people here just weren't afraid. It wasn't awkward to, you know, share kalipay, hatag kalipay, you know, Messiah, ayos, happiness. So at that point, after 3 weeks, I ended up having to go back to Hong Kong to work again. And I was really, wow, you know, I was really overwhelmed. Like, why did I travel all over the world? And I never even thought about going to the Philippines. Like, just the way people share happiness is so cool. So what happened is I was in Hong Kong. This is April 2013. And I don't know, I was just feeling like, you know, a little bit down at the time. I just wasn't having the best day, the best kind of week. And I was sitting there in Hong Kong working, thinking, you know what? That entire 3 weeks in the Philippines, even if my friends were having some issues, or even if other people were having problems, I was feeling a little bit weird, it seemed like the best way to deal with it was just share good vibes or share happiness. So I'm just going to try what my Filipino friends and the people I saw in the Philippines do, and I'm just going to do that as well and not feel awkward about it. So I wrote smile on a sign. I still sometimes wonder why, but I just went out into Hong Kong and stood around and smiled. And I didn't force it on people. I didn't go, you gotta smile, man, you must smile, you know, be happy. No, it's not like that. I just, hey, I'm having a smiling day. Today's gonna be a good day. What I noticed is about 95% of people who went past me or interacted with me, you know, they shared a smirk or a laugh or a smile or said something fun and happy. And I thought, man, this is really cool. Why didn't I think about this before, you know? It was the Philippines that kind of showed me, hey, it's okay to share happiness. You don't have to feel awkward about it. It's cool. So I started doing it more. I just started smiling on airplanes and stuff. This was going to Canada. Hey, let's smile and share good vibes. And what happened? Good vibes. Next one. Yeah, my sister's wedding. I just went to my sister's wedding and it's like, Amy, you know what? People in the Philippines, it's not awkward to share happiness there, so I'm going to do it here. And then she's like, yeah, this is cool. It's good vibes. Next one. This is in Indonesia, and what happened is I lost my iPad, and I was feeling kind of like, oh no, but this random guy started helping me, and then we started sharing good vibes, and funny enough, we found the iPad, which was cool, but even though I was having a bad day, sharing good vibes, it worked. This one's awesome. This was in Malaysia, still in 2013. I was walking down the street, about to go for a run. 2 police cars showed up. They grabbed me, arrested me, threw me into jail, and then they, well, not in jail, but at the station, and they interrogated me for 45 minutes, asking me about being a Peruvian cocaine dealer. Yes, it was a very weird experience. It was quite funny, but at the end of it, this is actually the interrogator. You know, it was a really bad thing, but you just share happiness, and yeah, it worked out. We had a good vibe at the end. So again, this is all, it sounds a bit strange, but I really picked this up from that 3 weeks in the Philippines. Go. Sharing happiness inspires happiness. Now, that is pretty much what I've been living by ever since I first came to this country. And again, it sounds very strange. Maybe you guys are immersed in that a lot here, being Filipino. But for somebody like me coming to this country, like, it really is a really unique and special thing, the way people here can just share happiness. So what happened is, after kind of traveling around a bit more and working in Hong Kong, I got a bit intrigued. I thought, I was only there in the Philippines for 3 weeks. Like, maybe it was just my friends, maybe it was, you know, just I was lucky. Like, what's it really like here? Are people cool? Like, is it nice? Are they really happy? So I came back and I decided to live for 3 months in the country. I lived for a month and a half, actually Liloan, North Cebu. I have a tita and tito there. And then I lived for a month and a half in Cagayan and Dioro. And what I would do is, you know, laag, and just go, you know, pasyal, interact with people. So this year, oh, go back, sorry. So I would just go hang out with pedicab drivers and talk to them. Now, a pedicab driver, they have a pretty tough life. What I realized is they were very happy to still share just what they were doing for the day, a positive conversation. At the end of it, hey man, want some rice? Or, you know, want a drink, whatever. And I thought, wow, that's so cool. Somebody even with so much less, or not less, but with a very difficult situation, still shares happiness. Next slide. You know, how many people have been to a Filipino fiesta? Like, how beautiful is this? I stumble upon fiestas or go to fiestas. What do Filipinos do? Hatagi, give, pahingi. What do you want to return? Kalipay, happiness? Like, how beautiful is that? Next slide. I ended up on All Souls Day or All Saints Day. You know, I'm in the cemetery with the family I'm staying with in Cagayan and Dioro, and we're taking selfies and smiling and jamming out and eating in the cemetery, a place that is like the most morbid, most like saddest, most depressing thing you can imagine. That's death, man. But here's the Filipino people I'm hanging out with, sharing good vibes and happiness, even with those who have passed away. Beautiful. Next slide. Simple things. I'd roam around. You hear kuya. You know, you're probably my kuya. Hey Manong, where's Manong? Hey Ate, Tito. Hey, this is blessing. Nano po, amen. You know, simple ways people showed respect here. Don't get me wrong, people respect each other around the world as well. But it's really deep rooted here. You see it every day. I guarantee every one of you, every single day, shows respect or feels respect from somebody. Beautiful. I even taught it to my dad. Not because I plan on blessing him in Canada, but because it's important and it's beautiful, and you guys really show it here, and I think that's awesome. Next slide. So then what happened is, after those 3 months, I only shared with you a few things, okay? I could have stood up here talking for hours telling you simple experiences. There's a lot of beauty here in the Philippines. What happened is I went back to Hong Kong. You know, I gusto ko trabaho. I had to make some money, I had to go back to work. I love my job there. But then Typhoon Yolanda hit. So this is November 2013. And what happened is, I was working in Hong Kong with all my Filipino buddies. And remember, I just told you stories. I lived here already. You know, and I'd become quite inspired, as you can tell by the way I talk. That when I saw the news, you know, about Yolanda hitting and being with my Filipino friends in Hong Kong, you know, it just really felt like somebody was punching me in the gut, you know, because it was really, as we all know, very, very overwhelming. So what happened is, I actually left my job in Hong Kong about 5 days after the storm. I went to Cagayan and Dioro just to start figuring some things out, and I ended up going in to Tacloban at the time, passing through Cebu actually. As we know, there was devastation in North Cebu too. And I got into Tacloban about 10 days after the storm. Now, what's not important is what I did in Tacloban or all the time I spent there, but I want to share with you one of the reasons I got super, super inspired, okay? Now, I can imagine a lot of you guys here might have seen on the news or in media, you know, Daco and Barco, those big ships that crashed up on the side in Tacloban, you know, after the storm. And I remember being in that exact area 10 days after Yolanda, driving on a motorbike with my friend Chico, who's actually Cebuano. And we're up there, and I see this family of 10 people. I remember going up to them and just interacting for a bit. And what happens? Typical Filipino, no? They're giving me high fives, we're laughing and joking around, we're trying to play with toys, having a little bit of a laugh. And right before I leave, I look over at them like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're digging for our dead Lola under a boat. So can you imagine, people could be going through the most intensely hardcore, difficult things. Imagine digging for your dead Lola under a boat, but you can still find it in you to share something positive. If that is not worth sharing or celebrating, I don't know what is. That is incredible. Anyway.